Welcome back to Blueprints. I'm Akinar, and this is day 49, which we're going to be continuing with in just a moment here. But I thought we would take just a moment before starting and talk about our game plan for today. Let me pull up my notes straight away here on screen. We have a couple short-term goals that we're trying to achieve. One of them is the treasure trove in the outer room. We ended our day in the treasure trove on day 48, and we're hoping that the blessing of the monk, well, I assume that it's going to work the way that we expect it to, and I'm hoping that we will get some sort of new discovery with the treasure trove in the outer room, considering the clues that we've been given. We also have a new archives key. We have been removing crates from the tunnel, and we've finally managed to unearth, I'm not sure if it's a tomb, but on top of whatever that not a structure, but that what looks like some sort of a tomb or coffin, there was an archives key. And so we need to use that to get some new knowledge. So those are a couple of our short-term goals. But then we also have getting to room 46 before the sacred hour. This is what apparently, or at least in my mind, seems to be what Herbert's will is trying to get us to do. He's got those cuckoo clocks, supposedly for Corin and Rygard, but they're still there in room 46 and set to the sacred hour. Well, I can only think of one thing related to the sacred hour, and that's what we did with the clock tower. Get there before the sacred hour arrives. So we might as well do that and see how it goes, because we also eventually have, getting to room 46 before an hour is up, right? There's a trophy associated with this, isn't there? So maybe those are one and the same. Maybe you can get to the 1 hour trophy and also hit the sacred hour. Get there before the sacred hour. So in order to do that, I've been thinking about what's the best game plan to try to achieve that. Maybe it's not too tricky of an obstacle, especially at this point in the game with so many resources that we have available to us. But I still wanted to think a little bit before we jump in and have the pressure of time that is breathing down our necks. But I think what I want to do is I want to spend a little bit of time gathering resources from rooms like the observatory and also the parlor, try to build up our gem count a little bit. We're going to be getting some keys from the previous day's clock tower. Once we get at least some gems under our belt, though, I think what I want to do is use the banner of the king to draft hallways. I was debating between hallways and shops. I could see there being a very good argument for picking up a showroom and a commissary and a kitchen just to make sure that your resources are completely set for the day. But also, hallways seem like a really good idea. The main point there being the fact that the Great Hall has an antechamber lever. If we're going to get to room 46, we got to open the antechamber. So having the Great Hall, and then maybe on top of that, having a foyer that just automatically unlocks the Great Hall altogether, and you don't even have to spend any keys. That seems like a good combination. And then on top of everything, we could maybe get our hands on a tunnel as well. Just have a tunnel that takes us straight to rank 9 once we've got those other pieces in place. So I think that's going to be the game plan. Gather a little bit of resources and then draft hallways. And we'll see how that goes. So I think that's basically the game plan. And we're going to just have to roll with the draft. I am admittedly nervous, much more nervous than any other day drafting blueprints. Normally I'm sitting down to record and I'm just thinking to myself, it's going to be a relaxing day at the Mount Holly estate. We're just going to be taking our time, thinking everything through and overthinking things to death. It's going to be a grand old time. Now all of a sudden you put the clock on me. Oh boy. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous, but we got to try. We must rise to the challenge. So let's get to it here. I'm going to have my stopwatch on my phone to kind of be able to, I don't know if there's an in-game timer. I know you get one with the stopwatch, but I don't know if there's one in the settings. And actually, if it does have that, that would actually be better for all of us to see together. But I don't, let's go to graphics. Does it have... I don't think... A very simple graphics menu there that does not have what appears to be a time. I don't see anything that says time or timer, and I don't see anything here on the game controls either. So, okay. Let's just go ahead and back out of that, and I don't think any of these others are going to have anything for us. So I will have the stopwatch on my phone, and I'm just going to go ahead and start that as soon as I hit... I'm going to assume that the game starts the timer as soon as you hit continue. Maybe it's a little bit later than that, but just to be safe, that's when I'm going to start my stopwatch here. So, continue. Go, and starting the stopwatch. The first thing we're going to do, because of course if we're going to get to room 46, the door to room, the Rogue Moon door has to be open. And I don't think, if we're going to go hallways, I don't think I can rely on getting the throne room. So we need to go first to the inner sanctum and open the Rogue Moon door. That's the first order of business that we will take care of. But we're not going to draft the outer room yet. That's the other thing that I didn't mention here. Mouse, please. There we go. The other thing that I did not mention is normally, on most days, I would try to draft the outer room first, but not today. We have an important thing that we want to do with the treasure trove, but that's not going to help us get to room 46. The gold from the treasure trove would be very nice, and we could do that, but I also don't want to dive into that room in case there is anything new there. I just want to save that for later. I think we can do without the gold in the treasure trove, and I would rather wait until we're not under a time pressure to explore and see what's in the treasure trove when it's actually in the outer room. If anything, who knows? Maybe I'm just completely out to lunch and there's nothing different at all. But I don't think it's going to impact our ability to get to room 46. I'm hopeful that it won't. So we're going to save that for later. And in the meantime, focus on our primary objective first and foremost. Making pretty decent time here. I was thinking this might take about 5 minutes to do. If we are timing everything out, let's do the skip through this, and back we go. All right. And, but it looks like we're a little bit ahead of that time. It looks like we're going to get back to the estate at about a little under 4 minutes elapsed. So that's good. But I think we will also, since we're out here, I might as well grab... I don't want to detour to the outer room, but I think it's okay for us to detour to pick up the archives key from the tunnel. I think we might as well just grab that since we are just basically right here. There's no real detour, realistically speaking, to just pick up that archives key, and then we can have that for if we do manage to draft an archives at some point. I'm hoping I don't draft the archives before we get to room 46. It would preferably be after taking care of that objective, but I think we can spare the extra 30 seconds or so to go down here one more time and grab our new, not yet used archives key. I'm hoping it's here. I would presume that it's spawns in the exact same location. There we go. Okay, that seems like that's, like it could be a tomb, but I'm not sure, or a coffin. It looks similar to what we see in the coffins of Herbert and Lady Epson, but it doesn't quite look the same. Or at least I'm not sure. I need to look at those coffins again, actually, to be honest. Okay, let's focus in here, and we're back with just about 3.5 minutes elapsed. So let's pick up our allowance before I forget that, and then let's draft to the west, and let's get ourselves a den. That's fine. And I did say I wanted to get gems as the primary resource that we're trying to gather here. So let's focus on getting those. I would also like to get dice. So a Geist bedroom is perfect. Let's get the Geist bedroom. The 2 dice at some point are going to come in handy, I think. I would imagine they're going to be pretty valuable to have. I was hoping we would see that at some point here. These rooms are not facing in the right direction, but I think I might just pick up the... I don't really want to... Okay, I'll take the drawing room, because it does spend a gem, but we get the gem back. And I want the door that goes to the west wing, and I don't want to spend a die. So let's do the west wing here. And then here we'll pick up the parlor over the commissary, and hopefully, but the only problem with picking up the parlor, though, is the logic game. How much time is it going to take for me to solve the logic game? So let's get to it here, and try not to rush through and screw up our perfect logic record. But let's see what we got. The black box contains gems. Okay, that's a simple, straightforward statement. This box and the blue box are empty. So those are both, okay, and this one says all 3 boxes are empty. Excuse me. This one is clearly false, right? 1 box has to have gems. So we have 1 false statement here. Then we have, let's presume that the blue box is true for a second, and that the black box contains gems. If the blue box is true, well, actually, let's presume it the other way around. Let's say that it's false, because if this is false, then this has to be true. So if this is false, the black box contains gems. That actually means that the black box is empty. So then we say that this statement has to be true, which says that this box and the blue box are empty. I think we have a contradiction, right? I think we have a contradiction because the black box, we said that this was false, and this would have to be empty. And that would mean that these 2 are empty as well, but that can't happen. So we have a contradiction, which means this one has to be true. So the black box has to contain the gems, right? I hope my speedy, accelerated logic is on point there. Thank God that we got this parlor game and not any other. Okay, observatory, I think. Let's take the observatory. Hopefully that has some good... I don't know what the rewards are for 46 stars, but we will find out shortly. There's a Southern Cross, which I think I'm going to take. I will take a Southern Cross, and I'll take the Diamondus Major. I'll take a key. I'll take a Farmer's Apple, ? And then a sail as well. That is a great observatory for us. We're set on gems now. We're pretty well set on keys. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to do this. Let's go Banner of the King, and let's start drafting hallways. And I'll start drafting here, because maybe we just get a foyer right off the bat. Or we could get a Great Hall, one way or the other. I think I would be all right. there gives us the Great Hall right away, because we have our big buff in effect, that the Southern Cross. Let's take the Great Hall. I'm at 51 steps now. Before I use my keys on the Great Hall, I don't know, maybe I should just use the keys now, but I just don't want to, like, I'm going to go to the drawing room first, or really, I'm actually going to go back to the entrance hall. We're going to go to the entrance hall, and we're going to draft this door next. And because if I start getting something like a tunnel, wow, no, it did not give us any hallway at all, but it does give me a coat check. So I'll take that, because we do have our crown in there, and we'll take the crown so we can re-roll additionally and get rid of those pesky red rooms that are actually going to be showing up now that I took the Southern Cross. So I'm hoping... There's our foyer. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so we have a foyer intact. And I don't think I even need to go in the foyer. I don't see any items there. So actually what I want to do is go back to the Great Hall immediately, and we can just continue the draft from there, because now our hallway doors are open. And contrary to what we were told in the drafting strategy volume, you don't actually have to order these the foyer before the Great Hall. You don't have to do that. You can do, or yeah, you can draft it retroactively, and everything will be fine. All right, there's our antechamber lever. Feeling good about this. We're doing great so far. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So now, do I just draft like? I could go, I think what I want to do, let's draft to the east. Let's draft this door first. And that does give me a vestibule. Okay, and then we were at 9 gems here, so I think the doors are always going to be unlocked for hallways. Let's take the vestibule. And then let's draft, I just want to give myself a couple options here. Because, yeah, let's actually draft to the east still, because if we can angle this correctly, there's a passageway. We also get a weight room if we wanted to open the other antechamber door. But yeah, we take the passageway, right? And then that points us upward. And now is when I'm hoping we could get a tunnel. This is where I would want to get a tunnel and just head straight for, like, we've got a bunch of unlocked tunnel doors that are going to be there, and we would just go straight to the antechamber, wouldn't we? Dang it. Okay, let's try getting rid of the furnace. There's a corridor. Okay, that's part of what I want. I guess I'll just take a corridor here and get a reroll. Yeah. Okay. I might end up spending some dice to try to make this happen, but let's see what we get over here. I would imagine we get an East Wing Hall, correct? This should give us a pretty, because we have 2 East Wing Halls in the pool. If I'm drafting hallways all the way, I shouldn't need to worry about security doors, but it might be a safe pick just to take security to make sure that we don't have an unexpected door that gets in our way, because we may not get lucky enough to get hallways all the way. So let's take security, and I think we'll just really, since we don't have a key card, right? So let's really just make sure of this, that hopefully key cards are not going to be the limiting factor for us today. Let's set the security level to low. We'll also set the offline mode to unlocked in case, for whatever reason, we do draft a utility closet, but I don't think we'll need it. We're not going to do our normal terminal duties there at the moment. Let's try to stay focused on getting to the antechamber. So there's a secret passage, and I think I will take it so that I can get a hallway, right? And we pick hallways from the secret passage, and then maybe that just gets us a tunnel. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here. And even if it doesn't get us a tunnel, it should get us a East Wing Hall. Like, everything should be fine. It gets us a starfish aquarium. Let's just pick the East Wing Hall, I think. And I guess we keep going from here. I guess. Yeah. East Wing Hall, because we're going to get another East Wing Hall, right? And these doors are going to be unlocked, even though we're starting to get into the higher ranks already. Now I can take a starfish aquarium over the commissary. I think we'll be okay here at 6 gems. There's no other hallways that are going to cost us money besides, we've already drafted the vestibule and the hallway, or sorry, the foyer. So let's just take the starfish aquarium and see if we get any items. I don't have a shovel, so let's just keep on moving up toward rank 9. There's a tunnel. Okay, we're already here though. We don't even hardly need the tunnel, but I'll take it because we know that if we take tunnels, we're not spending any gems and we're not spending any keys. So was I worried about nothing? Are we actually just gonna, I could take a tunnel and go and be at rank 9, or I could take a laboratory and get my experiment in place, because we're gonna want to run an experiment at some point to try to remove more crates from the tunnel. And now that we're doing so well on time, I can actually slow down and not worry about rushing this the way that I was thinking I would have to. Man, we're making such better time than I imagined we would. Gosh, I just, it makes me think how much time I spend during a draft just thinking and talking, and kind of like what I'm doing right now. Let's take a tunnel. We still have 2 dice. We should be able to get to, we should have no problems getting to the antechamber. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be a-okay. That is crazy. Wait a minute. It actually lets you draft the tunnel again, even though you're pointed into a wall? Interesting. I guess I did say I wanted to see what happens if you drafted a tunnel all the way to rank 9. And I guess I know now. But I am also curious now, does this do anything special? Shit. Well, I'm not going to find out today. I have another goal in mind, so we're going to take a conservatory. But that is so interesting that works that way. Could there be, I just feel like it's just going to be a blocked door at the end of the tunnel, but who knows with this game, like maybe there's a secret somehow that if you draft all the tunnels all the way to rank 9, that it actually goes somewhere. Who knows? Okay, conservatory. And we're not going to worry about doing rarities just yet. But I will check for... Oh, there's a broken lever here? Sure. Okay. Sure. Let's keep going. I got 2 dice. So in case this door doesn't... If this, for whatever reason, does not cooperate. But it's doing just fine. Hallway it is. And we're there, folks. We are there. Oh my god. Okay. So we might have some time to kill. We may, indeed, actually have some time to kill here because we are so ahead of schedule. What time is it? Holy crap, dude. It is not even 10 o'clock. It's not even 10 o'clock. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, well, we made it, guys. We made it. We're here, and we've got some time to kill while we wait for the sacred hour to arrive. So I can stop my stopwatch. 15. It took us 15 minutes. 15 minutes to reach room 46. What? There you go. Okay. Turns out when you put your mind to something, when you're actually focused on getting somewhere, nothing can stand in your way. Haha. I think we had a good game plan too. The Banner of the King is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Being able to have those unlocked hallways, that does make things quite trivial. I like it. Okay, so maybe we should do some, I don't know, some notes review or something. I had said that I wanted to at some point review the Cloak Court and Castle, the microchips cutscene. Maybe that would be something we could do now. We could do that. We also at some point need to figure out Castle. And we need to figure out Scepter, Stone, Crown, Throne. These are things that need to be deduced. Steady is the scepter. Deadly is the stone. Heavy is the crown. Ready is the throne. I had wondered if this was going to be connected to the cursed coffers somehow. We opened the cursed coffers, and the only thing that happened is we got cursed and we opened up a new game mode. Something tells me that in order to, I don't know what the ultimate objective here is. It's part of the frustrating part of this game is I don't quite know what the end goal is now. We got to room 46. That was the very obvious end goal, but there's still so much more to do beyond room 46. And quickly check the clock here to it's 10:15. Where am I getting at with this thought? What I was going to say is, in order to beat the game, quote unquote, whatever that means, whatever the big objective here that we're shooting for is, I somehow don't think that they would make you do anything in an alternate game mode. I highly doubt if I were developing a game, and any other video game that I've played, the expectations and experiences that I have from those other games is, I don't think this game is going to make me play cursed mode on a new save file in order to discover some new information, some massive revelation that's going to help our overall progress on this save file. I highly doubt that. And that's really the only thing that we unlocked on day, what was it, 46? And so this note that seemed to indicate, hey, open the cursed coffers and this is something will happen. Well, maybe this box here is not the cursed coffers, even if the symbols are kind of the same. There must be some other box somewhere on the estate that we need to find. Who knows? Maybe it's in the treasure trove. Maybe the true treasure of the trove is what is indicated here. I don't know. But I definitely don't know what to make of steady as the scepter, deadly as the stone, and so forth. This doesn't mean anything to me as of now. Even though these words are used in other places, crown, throne. But I don't quite know if there's wordplay that's going on here. some sort of letters lining up in a cryptic way, like a castle puzzle. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull up my castle notes here as well. Wow, that is so big. That is so big. Let's bring that down just a bit. We've got to figure out castle. 6 add 6, tor, lor, et. These have got to be Roman numerals, right? 109. Add 6 to that, you get 115, or CXV. But what is 115? If I'm right about that, I could be completely wrong. But if I'm right, what is 115? Is it a measure of degrees? Because the last part, tor, lor, et, counterclockwise, we're pretty sure this means counterclockwise. That part, I think we've figured out. And we know that lor means word. Pretty sure we don't need a question mark on that. It's just a question mark of what does it mean to say counterclockwise word east. We're talking about erosion here. Tor, lor, et. And we know that verbs are non-existent in the ancient erosion, early erosion. So is there, when you have counterclockwise here, you would think that rotate is the verb that is implied. Rotate counterclockwise. But then word east, like, it's not saying to the east, because there is a word for to, or toward, which is OV. I guess it's a prefix, not a word. I'm probably going to keep checking this clock more than I should. But it's moving along. It's moving along here at a reasonable clip. Curious to see if we'll get something similar to what happened with the clock tower. An animation and everything, a cutscene, perhaps? Okay, give me a moment here, actually. I'm going to go ahead and let me bring up maybe let's look at that castle cutscene. Oh, I actually had it in my video editor, didn't I? Let me bring up. Give me just a second here, since we're just hanging out, waiting. I can't believe we got to room 46 in 15 minutes. Now, also, isn't that a trophy? Is that not a trophy for making it in under an hour? I didn't necessarily think about the fact that like, we've had instances in the game where the trophy has just appeared as soon as you get it, but there's been other cases where they send it to you in the mail or something. So this one, I think it's a trophy. I feel like it's a trophy to get here in under an hour. And so hopefully we get that. But I do think I have, oh right, yeah, I was opening my video editor so that we can look at castle, court, and cloak. Because there was a whole bunch of, the thing about that cutscene is that there was a whole bunch of binary. There were a whole bunch of binary numbers, which probably aren't important, but also my brain, my overthinking brain wanted to latch onto those and make them important. Yeah, see, I did go through and I set this up. Okay, I had gone through and put in some. So it's 11 o'clock right now. We're still far away from the sacred hours, so we can afford to do this to the backdrop of the wonderful Room 46 music. So I've got a bunch of markers here at the various spots within this, the various things that were shown on screen that we can kind of tab through here. So it starts by saying court, and then we have 01, 000, 001. Let me just go ahead and I'll do a, 1 second here. I'll just change my, it's a little weird flipping around my display capture here, because I sometimes don't have things on screen that I want to have on screen, and I don't want to necessarily alt tab around, but we'll do it like this. So we're gonna go ahead and note. I don't think, I want to say, from what I remember, that these are... There's not too many of these binaries. There's only a handful of them, and I think they just keep repeating. But let's find out here. So we've got 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And then we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. These probably don't mean anything, but I want to go through and at least catalog these once to see if there is any sort of a pattern that emerges. There might be a pattern that's not important or doesn't matter, but and it's like don't even focus on that. You're focusing on the wrong thing. But I don't know yet. I do not know if it means anything. And then we get the word cloak. That's not how you spell cloak. So we got castle up here. It did start with castle, correct? Or did it start with court? No, it started with court. Oops. Okay, so we get that. I'm going to need a little bit of a bigger, longer note here. How do I want to situate this? Let's just do that for now. So then, after our first couple, we get cloak, and then I think it starts repeating again. We get the same, yeah, it starts with the 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. It is going to start repeating, I think. And it looks like it's the same 4 binaries, and then it goes to castle. So we've got this what looks like a repeating pattern of these 4 binary numbers. They have to be binary numbers, right? Does it matter what they are? If we translate these to actual, so we've got the ones place, we've got 2s, 4s, 8s, 16s, 32s, 64. So we have a 64 plus 1, which makes 65. Did I do that right? I think so. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So then we have, over here, we have 64, 16, which makes 80. And then you have 2. So 82. I don't see how these would be important. I don't see how these would be important. You have 64 plus 8. 72 plus 1 is 73. And then you let... It looks like it's decrementing by... well, this one decrements by 4, actually. So this should be 6... this should be 69. Have I got that right? Nice. So... That sequence of numbers doesn't mean anything at all. And it probably isn't supposed to mean anything. Maybe, for all I know, the words court, cloak, binary sequence repeats, and then you get castle. The only word that's super important to me here is castle, because we have the castle puzzle. I don't know about court and cloak. How do those factor into things? I don't know. But then I think we get the exact same number sequence that repeats. And then you go back to court. So the whole thing just keeps cycling through. Cloak, over and over and over. Over and over and over. Let's quickly check the clock over here. 11:30, 11:40. Still got a ways to go. Court. It's the exact same sequence. Court, cloak, castle. What the hell does it mean? And do the binary numbers mean anything? They probably don't. Does it mean anything that the lights in the grotto? I presume this is the grotto. I mean, this is where we were when we unlocked this, right? So this was happening in the grotto, but then all of a sudden the lights turned green. I didn't remember that part. Is that detail important? The sequence doesn't change. Oh, but the lights kind of, they're like, now they're kind of bluish, like they're just changing colors. I don't think the color change is important. I certainly hope it's not. I'm already probably over fixated on details that don't matter as it is. That's the end. Okay, that's the end of what is shown on the monitor there. Okay, so there's our sequence. There's our sequence. What does it mean? Binary sequence, and then repeats. That's your loop. That is your loop here. What am I doing? While true. There's your loop. Okay, done. Put some fancy braces on here to make it seem better. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to make of all this. I do not know. Those numbers don't mean anything to me, and the rest of the sequence doesn't mean too much to me. Castle. Go back to let me do some alt-tabbing here. It's also 12 o'clock. The only thing that I can think when it comes to castle, the only thing that I can... the only thing that comes to mind is this... the geography chart from the classroom. This is where I keep going back. I keep coming back here. Oh, I just remembered something we didn't talk about much in the last episode. And I forgot to put it on my notes, and I just remembered. Okay, so let's actually go, since we're here in the screenshots. I did forget to mention this. I was reminded because as I was thinking about the... I was thinking about the geography chart. We're here at the Sacred Circle, and this is the only place, I think, besides the castle, 6ad6 Tor Lore Et, the only time I think that we've seen the word Tor has been here on the geography chart. And it looks like it is clearly in relation to rotating. And it has the number 46 in the middle of it. So rotating 46 degrees? But from where? To where? Like, what are we looking at when we're looking here at the Sacred Circle? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this arrangement of these numbers kind of makes me think of the mechanarium and the doors that are arranged there in a similar fashion. But this doesn't look like the mechanarium. Honestly, I think I said this before, but it kind of looks like the shell of a turtle. Like a big old turtle or tortoise shell that we're looking at. I have no idea where this is. This does not look like any place that we've been to on the estate, with like these 8 stones surrounding this circular platform. This isn't supposed to be... It says the Sacred Circle. The Sacred Circle. Is it an actual place, or is this just some depiction of... I don't know. Like, it feels like it should be an actual place, because we're on a geography chart here, and you've got the South Key over here that's pointing to Nuance and Vera. Was that the puzzle piece? Kararika. Araja. You've got this spiral of stars. I guess I don't have a magnifying glass picture. This spiral of stars. Like, I'm wondering, is the whole rotation... I'm just going to quickly check the clock again here. I'm getting a little nervous. We're still a ways away, but I don't want to miss it. But is the Sacred Circle and rotating 6ad6 Tor Lore Et, is that somehow related to the spiral of stars? The fact that we've got these 5 planets and the sun that are arranged in this weird spiral that we've seen drawn in Her Ladyship's chamber, as well as here on the geography chart. And then if we go to the Et sphere, how is that related? Like, you've got the outer circle here that actually names the planets. It sort of feels like a Myst-like kind of puzzle where they're giving you different pieces of information, like you're getting the names of the planets on this chart, and then the other chart is giving you the planets arranged in the sacred, or the spiral of stars, I should say. And there are a whole bunch of different points on these, like on this line. They're stars, aren't they? These little dots that you see in between the planets. Are those supposed to be some sort of a numbering? Like, if you started here, this would be point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you keep counting around the spiral, eventually you've counted 115 spaces. And that lands you, I don't even know. I've not done that exercise. I feel like I'm in overthinking territory here. Trying to think that the stars are what you're supposed to count in order to get to 115 from your castle puzzle. Because there's no real... Because then if the castle is saying 6 add 6, tor lor et. Why is the word east in... Why is that being mentioned? Does it have to do with the et sphere? Does it have to do with the et sphere? 6 add 6. It's because the word lore, the Eurasian word for word, is part of that phrase. Is it trying to get us... Is it trying to get us to look at the et sphere geography chart and rotate 115 degrees to get to a certain word? Is that what... and if so, what word? Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm close to something. Maybe I'm like getting somewhat close to something. We're still a ways off here. We're about to get at 12:45, but we're not that far off. Let's not lose track of that. Now, at the same time, what I was about to say is I forgot about the blue memos that we were finding on day 48. We did find, finally, some blue memos in some blue rooms on rank 8. They weren't as well hidden as I thought. I don't know where they were on day 47, but we did manage to find some on day 48, including this one from the clock tower. And I will admit, at the time, I glossed over it. My mind was fixated on something else, I think having to do with the stopwatch, maybe. I don't know what I was... It wasn't even cat laser brain. I was just completely focused on anything but this note. I saw that the note was there, and in my mind, I like just subconsciously skimmed it, and I read the note. In eclipses only appear in the north sky. I very ever so briefly read that silently to myself, and quickly thought, I don't get that note. Let me just note it for later. That's all I said to myself. So, and then when I went to edit the footage, I realized we never talked about this note. I never even mentioned that in eclipses only appear in the north sky. Okay. So now that we are focused on this note, I'm going to check the clock again here. Close to 1 o'clock. We're getting close. So, but we've got time to finish up this little train of thought. In eclipses only appear in the north sky. What the hell does that mean? But it made me think of the geography chart, because the geography chart does have these notes are these screenshots are not that close to each other, but the geography chart does have this bit about in eclipse and is eclipse are at the bottom. So those are mentioned there. We've also had the in eclipse ball mentioned in that photograph of Simon and Clara. In what room? The ballroom? That's what it was called, right? But what does that mean? How is that information helpful to me at all? Is this supposed to help me with this in eclipse, is the in eclipses only appear in the north sky? Does that help me with figuring out 6 add 6 tor lor et and the sacred circle? Just because, hey, it's mentioned here at the bottom of this this et sphere third era. Is eclipse and in eclipse are important somehow, but I don't like the north sky. Where do I even see the north sky? Where do I see the north sky? Is that shown? Like, I see the north circle. I see the north circle. I don't think that's the same thing as the north sky, because I don't even know how the north circle helps me. There's a little eye in the middle of it. Am I looking at the North Pole? That's what I'm going to imagine, right? This has got to be the North Pole, and we're looking downward on the planet from above the North Pole. Quickly checking the clock there. Still got a few minutes. Also, how are we doing on the timer? The timer is at okay, we're at 45 minutes into the episode now. So it's actually, the sacred hour does line up pretty close to 1 hour into a day, doesn't it? It may not be exactly on the dot. I wonder if we should go back to this classroom and actually look at this chart again with the magnifying glass, because maybe there's some details that I don't have in my screenshots that would be important. I don't know. I don't know. I will actually put that out. I will leave that as, I will open that to you guys and say, actual question. Do yes or no, would it be worthwhile? Would it be a good use of my time to make my way back to the 4th grade classroom? Would that be a good use of my time in order to figure out, well, I won't say in order to figure out what exactly. Like maybe the classroom is important, but not to the castle puzzle. Maybe it's important in a different way, and I need to review some details there. You haven't nudged me there yet, and so my inclination is that my guess is that the answer is going to be no. But I will pose that to the audience. Feel free to let me know. I don't know what this 4 different methods to rotate rooms. I don't know what the 4th one is. It's very possible that we've done this, that we've done the 4th method, and I just forgot. And if I went back through my previous episodes faithfully enough, I could remind myself that I could remind myself of the appropriate 4th rotational method. We're getting close. We're getting close, folks. So now we are focused in here and anxiously ticking away the clock here until the sacred hour. I hope something happens. I hope we haven't been sitting here waiting for nothing. But I guess we'll find out in just a moment. And I don't think there's anything special that I'm gonna be doing other than just waiting and watching. Watching and waiting. And try not to miss whatever is about to happen? Question mark? Is nothing actually about to happen? Is nothing actually about to happen? Because I think we're here. No. 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 Nothing happened. No. Well, did I screw up somehow? Was I supposed to be standing in a different place or something? What was I? What did I screw up? What did I screw up? I don't remember the order of the... I don't remember what order the realms go in to look at the will, but we've got the will in the notes. I know what the will said. It's talking about my Corin and Rygard, who they're just not patient enough. They need to slow down and appreciate what they might otherwise miss. I don't remember what the wording is supposed to be. What if there is supposed to be something different between the cuckoo clocks that I'm supposed to notice? I do see a very obvious difference in the angle of the pendulum at the bottom. That is one difference that I see. But otherwise, the numbers all appear to be the same, I think. I don't think there are any numbers that are different on the clock itself, the face of the clock. So other than the pendulum being at a slightly different angle, is there any difference in the actual cuckoo birds? They seem to be the same, and I'm not really... I don't have a magnifying glass, but even if I did, the game's not going to let me examine these closer with the magnifying glass. Well, okay, folks. I guess the cuckoo clock investigation is a bust. So, uh, I was nudged to reread the will, and the thing that stood out to me was the cuckoo clocks. So, I guess I need a further nudge on what I was supposed to read from the will, because nothing else stood out to me. Yeah, I guess I'm opening the door to that as well. Feel free to nudge me when it comes to the will and what I was actually meant to glean there, because I ain't seeing it, or I ain't understanding it. For now, I guess we've got to get back into drafting the rest of our day, because now I have 28 steps, and I could go directly back to the outer room and draft the treasure trove, but then I would basically be out of steps. So what we should try to do is get our hands on some steps, right? Let's get a dining room or something that is going to get us a more comfortable step count to help us back. Because we also want to get an archives to check this file cabinet key. And those are our big goals for the day. If we can get an experiment online to open or remove crates, additional crate removal, we'll happily do that as well. I'm not going to pick up this key for the usual reason of not, avoiding potential moon pendant targets. Okay, let's quickly look at our conservatory options here. They're offering us the tunnel, the pantry, and the utility closet. Tunnel. I think I might make this commonplace, because we don't see this very often. This does not feel like it's a standard. And I am interested now to, on a different day, draft the tunnel all the way to the end. All the way into the wall. Did we actually do that on a previous day? I can check my room directory history here real quick. Not here, but go to day. Was there one day where we drafted the tunnel all the way? We did the tunnel here, but that didn't take us we didn't go all the way to the wall. I don't think we've done it on any other day. I think this was the only day where previously we had drafted multiple tunnels together. So let's make the tunnel common. And then let's also, I'm not super interested in the pantry anymore. I kind of just never want to draft it. I don't really have 4 coins doesn't do anything for us. I think we've gotten our low case clue from the pantry that we needed. The steps from the pantry very seldom matter, although when you have the farmer's apple, it's okay. It's not the worst. So I think making this unusual, I'm inclined to just make it rare, to be honest. If we never see the pantry again, I won't lose any sleep. And we can always reset it in the conservatory. It's just, I don't know, maybe... I'm never happy to see the pantry. I'm going to make it a rare. I'm just going to do it. So then we have the utility closet, which I'm also never really wanting to draft at all these days. Like, it's fun to turn on the dark room, but usually we're not drafting the dark room. It's okay when you don't have a key card to open up security doors, but we usually have a key card. We've had some days lately where we haven't been ending our day in the break room, but usually that's not the case. So I kind of want to make this unusual, I think. Not quite rare, but we've done the mechanarium, so having a mechanical room that's more common. Don't really need mechanical rooms anymore. So I think making this unusual is the way I want to. I think these are good curations. Feels like good changes to me there. So let's roll with those, and then I think we'll just draft from the hallway. We still have 5 keys and 2 dice. We just need to get our hands on some steps. So let's try to get a dining room or a kitchen. See if we can make that happen. A workshop, you say, huh? Or an archives. We could just take the archives now. But I do think that because we have the Southern Cross, the archives is going to be pretty common. We don't have to take the archives at the as early as this. We could wait quite a bit. We've got so many doors yet still to draft from that are all going to be unlocked. All these hallway doors could all be archives. Do I just take a workshop instead, though? Part of me wants to do this remove from today's pool because it won't actually remove it, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that it did remove the aquarium when we did this before. It doesn't work on the dark room, but I'm not sure if it works or not on the archives. So I don't think I want to take the chance because I do want to get an archives at some point. I think we'll just settle for a workshop because that could be useful to us. We don't have a lot of items right now, but you never know. I think I'll just settle for the workshop instead of spending a die here. And then I guess I will keep drafting in this direction. Let's get the item from the workshop, which is a sledgehammer. And we still can't make anything, so let's keep drafting. Actually, unlocked. Now, I'm okay removing a weight room. I would like to get the gem and get the weight room out of here. No interest in drafting the weight room at all. So if that, hopefully that goes away. And I don't think I need to settle for a rotunda. Let's just remove that. Commissary would help to make sure that we don't run out of any gems. But it would not help us with steps. But I think I might settle for it. It does dead end us. We'd have to turn around and keep drafting from the aquarium. And then we're starting to get just a little bit desperate for steps. But the cloister spends 3 of our gems. And it does give us the most doors, but I think I'd rather take the commissary. I think we'll be okay. We'll figure this out. Somehow, some way, the game figures out a way to take care of you. So let's spend we get the sail as well. So we get a shovel. Oh, and the shovel can dig up turnips. There's already a dig site in the aquarium, so, and the conservatory. So let's get all the things. Cool. So conservatory, or commissary, bought out, and now we head back through here. Turnip, please. Point is okay. But we will... Oh, we've got all these tunnel dig sites as well. All right. It's got to be a turnip in at least one of these, right? At least one turnip, right? All right. Striking out so far, but trust. The game will get you there, one way or the other. God damn it, this archives. I knew it. I'm telling you. I knew that the archives was not going to be... Maybe I do take it here. Just in case we don't make it back. I mean, let's see. If I count my steps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I have to go around. Maybe I have to go around. I might be able to get to the foyer from security. If I could probably actually get to the foyer. I might be all right. To be able to make it just back to... Because this is what we do. If we take the archives here, we're able to knock that off of our list. We use the archives key. We could also draft 2 more doors just to see if we get like a kitchen or something that gives us some steps to keep drafting for now. But if we don't get that, then we can just turn back. We'd be at 15 steps in the archives, and then we could go aquarium, 14, 13, 12, 11 to be in security, and then it would just be 10, 9, 8, 7 to get to the entrance hall, and then we've got 3 more steps to get to the treasure trove. And who knows, we might even make it back to the coat check if all is good. But we're really, you know, we're really pretty dicey there if we don't get any additional steps. I think we should probably, though, take the archives and, yeah. Let's use our key. Let's use the key because it's got to open another drawer here, right? Ooh. Oh, it does not open a drawer on this side. Does it open... There's, of course, a key card door. God damn it. Does it open a drawer on a different set of file cabinets? Huh. There are more file cabinets, right? It's got to be one of them here, right? Right. Is it possible that this key does not actually open a door in the archives? A drawer, that is? There are more over here, but these are blocked off, aren't they? Huh. Are we not able to use this key? What's going on? What is this drawer is glitching out on me. We've read this one about the royals fleeing in defeat. And of course, this is the birth certificate. But file cabinet key likely opens a drawer somewhere on the estate. Oh shit, it's not for the archives? I just want to make sure I'm not, you know, doing an aquarium here where I'm like missing out on an obvious... Let me go through these drawers one more time. But I think on previous occasions, it was very apparent when, like, you didn't have to pixel hunt in order to open those previous drawers. It just gave it to you when you were in the vicinity. And it's not doing that here. Okay. Well, that's a twist. I was not expecting that. This is not for the archives. Is there any other ladder that I can climb to get to some long-lost set of drawers at the top? What other room could this be for? There are obviously drawers in different parts of the estate, right? There are many rooms. I think room 46, we could have checked the desk drawers in room 46. And we still could, but if we turn back there right now, then we're not making it back outside unless we get a kitchen before that. What else? The office? The office could be yeah, security might have some cabinet drawers, maybe not. Does the laboratory have drawers? This is an unexpected twist. I'm gonna have to put my thinking cap on as to where that might be. Let's draft this door here. Use a key, it's fine. 3 gems. That's not gonna get us steps, whatever that is. And sure enough, the weight room did not go away. I think I'm okay to re-roll here. Break room. Not quite what I'm looking for. I could take the chance that this is like a dining room, but I have a feeling... Well, it's been a long time since I've thought about the ordering of rooms here. I've had a theory before where it's like dead ends get sorted to the left. And so I'm not sure that a 3-door room like the dining room would get sorted to the left of the break room, but I also don't remember. I think break room is common, but dining room is standard. So maybe that's another argument, because I think the higher rarity rooms do get sorted to the right. So the dining room would never be to the left of the break room. Do I just take a boiler room for... I don't know for what reason. Oh, you know what I just remembered? We drafted the workshop on rank 8, and I forgot to check for a blue memo. Oops. I'd like to get some steps so we can go and finish doing these various things that we want to do here. But we're getting to the point where I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the break room, because the keys might still be useful to me, but I'm not going to go to the break room. I'm going to do what I said, which is start to head back outside. I will take the opportunity to draft this room here in the East Wing Hall. Might as well see what's here. We get a spare master bedroom. Beautiful. Okay, that's excellent, because now what I can do, that actually solves my problems. I might just take the steps right now. We're definitely taking the spare master bedroom. The only question is, how greedy do I get here? But I think I don't get greedy at all. I think I just take the steps now. But then I try to figure out where... No, we take the steps now. Because what we can do... Yeah, we'll take the steps. We take them. 26 steps is great. No items that I can see. Have I ever noticed the emblem up here? The Mount Holly plus Sinclair plus Epson family emblems. That we also see this in the wine cellar. That's another room we have not drafted in forever, the wine cellar. I remember thinking that maybe the Roman numerals at the bottom would be important. Maybe they still are. Can't help but wonder, given the fact that there's Roman numerals in the what I have to think are Roman numerals as part of the castle puzzle. Okay, there are actually no, there are drawers here. There are drawers here. Dang. Does not appear that the key opens these either. Okay, so we've got to be on the lookout. Oh, good. Goody. Got to be on the lookout for desk drawers or filed cabinet drawers. It does say file cabinet key. So I feel like we're probably looking for one of these in some room somewhere. We know that they can appear in places that are not the archives. So we got to be on the lookout for them. No way around it. Let's now focus and try to do our duties here at the security terminal. We have a gem, a key, and 4 coins that I have left stranded throughout. I guess maybe the 1 key is in the break room, if it's a silver key behind the math puzzle. The 4 coins are... Where are the 4 coins? Where are there 4 coins and a gem? 4 coins and a gem. I don't know. Did I not check the corridor? Could there be some in there? Where would there be coins, actually? I do not know. I want to find that blue memo in the workshop. So many things to do still. Let's see if we can manage to do them. We usually do. We usually figure out a way to make things happen. Any new announcements? I do think there's a new announcement. There we go. Saturday. Oh my God, it's Christmas. Okay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Simon. Or as her ladyship used to call your mother, Merry Christmas. Haha. We wanted to let you know that we've left some presents for you in the boudoir today. Hopefully next year we'll be able to celebrate this day together, your friends in faithful service. This is so sad that Simon is here on the estate by himself on Christmas Day. What the hell? Simon, this is, we should have had some sort of exception in place here where we could do something special on Christmas. The boudoir though. I guess we got to try to draft the boudoir if we can do it. That's cool. Let's take a screenshot of that. It's actually Christmas today. I didn't even think about that. What am I doing here? Special orders. I didn't even think about that. I'm getting close to wanting to do something different from a magnifying glass, to be honest. Because I do like having some running shoes. Running shoes would have been great today. I'm getting close. Because I feel like I'm starting to run out of things to want to look at with a magnifying glass. But you never know. We might have something in the treasure trove today, though, that I need a magnifying glass for. So you just never know. Oh yeah, the network login. So we can still do an experiment. We did not even get our experiment started. That would have been maybe great, depending on what we get. I guess we'll do that now. As opposed to waiting for a laboratory. Yeah, let's do that now. We'll do the laboratory, and I'm gonna be so sad when we get an option that like connects hallways together. Although I think I took that out of the pool, didn't I? Maybe I should put that back in. Did I take that out of my pool? Can I look at the current packet? This is just going to create a custom one. I think I have it noted in my... I think I have it in my notes. Let me quickly go to my notes here and remind myself what I have. Oh, it's on this tab here. If I go to my laboratory, I believe has laboratory. The current packet is... Oh, I do have when you draft a hallway from another hallway. I did leave that in there. Yo, you could actually do some... You could just... With a draft like today, that would have gone off like crazy because you can use the Banner of the King. I hadn't even thought about combining the Banner of the King with experiments. Oh my god. We have so much unused potential with our experiments. Okay, well, let's continue here. And sure enough, god damn it. Now, at the same time, they did not offer us crate removal, so it's whatever. I guess I'm going to still do it. We're kind of out of hallways, though, at this point, aren't we? we kind of like don't have any more hallways to draft, so I don't know. Do not know, but it also doesn't matter because I'm not removing crates, so I'm not going to think about it too much. Let's just keep hallways as the theme here. I don't know if we're out of hallways or not, but I'm not going to overthink it. We'll just do one. Maybe I'll set my dice to 2 because I am probably going to spend some here pretty soon, so let's just do that. Yeah, that's fine. Don't need to worry about it because they didn't even offer us crate removal. Don't sweat it. Was there anything else I wanted to do? Let me just check one last thing here on the... I want to keep checking that data transfers thing just in case. There's only been the one packet that they've sent us so far, but I keep thinking that there's maybe going to be something else at some point. Emails shouldn't be new, I don't think. We just get the staff announcements now, right? Although, did we get a new email on one of the other terminals? We did get some at the office, didn't we? So I need to remember to keep checking emails elsewhere. Okay. All right, that's all the terminal duties that I wanted to accomplish. We've got our steps from the spare master bedroom. Let's draft this way. There's the laboratory. Lol. This is a red room here, so apparently... Yeah, I'm going to re-roll this because I want a door that goes to the corner if I can help it. East Wing Hall, I guess. And this could... Actually, I don't know if this is not going to proc our die, I don't think. It's not going to give us an experiment proc, but that's fine. I'll still take it. Because it gets me doors in directions that I want to draft. So this could be a dead end here. And I guess I'll just settle for a closet. Fine. Oh, it gets me a key card. All right, cool. So now we can set our security level back to high when we come back to the house. And then we get a, hopefully, I guess I have to spend a gem to guarantee a door that gets to the foyer. So it's not annoying for me to go all... I'm not having to go all the way around to get back to the entrance hall. I guess I'll settle for that. Even though I just used my remote terminal access to get the laboratory. But okay, this does let us check the laboratory for cabinet drawers. Because there are cabinet drawers over here. But they're in kind of an awkward spot where I don't think... Yeah, even if we opened this drawer here, we're not really tall enough to see inside. Is there another set of drawers somewhere in here? It looks like that's it. It's just the one set in the corner there that you can't access. All right. Let's go ahead and check the emails here. I think it was the office that had new emails, right? These are all old. Lock it down, lock it all down. Okay, 31 steps, and we have more than enough to finally draft our outer room. There's no cabinet drawers here in the entrance hall, right? We can finally draft our outer room. I'm a little sad that getting to room 46 in such a hasty arrival to room 46 didn't get us anything. Or at least we didn't get anything from the cuckoo clocks. Gonna have to keep thinking about that one. But there is our treasure trove. The treasure trove has been placed outside of the house. The true treasure of the trove is not in the house. But the true treasure of the trove is in this room. Whoa. Okay, this is a fancy looking box. It's a fancy looking box, all right. But they did also warn us. The true treasure of the trove requires a key. Huh. It's not a key that I have at the moment. There's no way it's the basement key. There's no way it's the basement key, right? We clearly see the Orinda sigil, right? We see 3 of them, in fact. And the keyhole is shaped like the Orinda Ares sigil. Or the core, I should say. The gold is here, like we would normally get. So I guess we'll just take that. Could get a freezer today. This is really interesting, though. We did get something different. I feel so smart for having figured out. For having realized that part of the clue. So there is actually something different that happens when you put the treasure trove in the outer room. And it makes me wonder how many frickin' rooms in the game are like this. How many interesting interactions with Blessing of the Monk could we get? But we need a key. We need a key, and it's a key that appears to be connected somehow to Orinda Ares. I only have 26 steps. I kind of wish I'd picked up the basement key now. I don't think it would be the basement key. The basement key is like all fancy and red and not shaped at all like the Orinda Aries core, I don't think. So it doesn't feel like that would be the key. But I also, as I'm thinking about it here for the first time, don't really know what key. Have we even seen this key? Have I even seen it anywhere? Another detail I'm noticing is at the bottom, I want to say we have the black border. I'm actually going to, let me go to my notes and get the Orinda Aries. Let's look at the, I guess I didn't screenshot the sigil in that, in the inner sanctum, but I think I have a screenshot of it from somewhere in the abandoned mine. Yeah, here we go. One second here. Let me bring this up. It doesn't show the border. It doesn't show the border here, but the dots there look like what we see in Realm and Rune. Let's go to Realm and Rune. Yeah, I think it's the black border. Big dot, small dot, big dot, small dot. That's what it looks like. Big dot, small dot. I don't know if that helps me at all. I don't think that helps me in any way because, like, I don't see how the information that's actually on the sigil helps me know where to find the key to this box, to this chest. Well, I guess I'm at the very least taking screenshots. I can't interact with these at all, I don't think. If I wait patiently, I cannot click on these. I can try to click just to see, but when there's no hand to interact, it means you can't interact, right? Okay. Are there any other details here? Any unlit torches or candles that might help illuminate the situation? I think the torches are all lit. So we've got to find a key. Assuming that it's not hidden in this room, I suppose I shouldn't put it past them to cleverly stash the key somewhere actually in this room. And I just haven't noticed it before. And good luck getting me to notice it now when I'm given my history of looking for things. So on the one hand, this is super exciting. Vindicated for putting the treasure trove in the outer room. But just like in classic Blueprints fashion, one awesome discovery is met with another obstacle to overcome. Oh man, this game. This game. Alrighty, I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. So I guess we're going back inside to continue our draft, and I think we'll continue it from the Great Hall and the Vestibule and just start working our way upwards. And I guess try to find places that have file cabinet drawers. The office is one of the main ones that I would want to draft. So let's try to do that. See what else we can do today. If we manage to get our hands on more steps that allows us to get back to room 46, we can check the desk there. But it says file cabinet key. So I don't think that means desk drawer key. I'm also oh, hold on. I did want to check. I'm gonna spend the extra 2 steps here. I did want to check my trophy list. I did want to check here and see. There is a trophy of speed. Reach room 46 in under an hour. So I can only assume that we're going to get that tomorrow. That's going to be one of those trophies that's left here in the entrance hall, right? It's a little sporadic, it seems, as to when you get certain trophies, whether you get them immediately or you have to have some patience. But we'll be patient. It'll be fine. Oh, it's probably the Great Hall. This is probably where those coins are at. And the gem. It's got to be it, right? The ones that we saw, yeah. That's where it is. And the key is here too. So it doesn't count the key from the key that we, or keys that are going to be in the break room. It doesn't count those on the security room inventory. You don't get those counted until you've actually solved the break room, which hopefully we do. This is probably what happened on the one day where I didn't solve the break room, is that I got distracted with some other drafting objective and never got back to it. I can get back to it pretty easily from here, but I'd like to get some more steps first. Let's draft from the Great Hall. Storeroom is nice, but it's not steps. We do have to draft with the archived floor plans here. That's going to be a little bit annoying. I think I might actually just take the chapel. Don't care about losing the coins. And I'm good on gems right now. I just want as many doors as possible. Let's do it. Keep our eyes peeled for gems, just in case they do show up. But then we'll draft over here. It'll probably give us a garage. Yeah, I know what you're all about over here. I know it. Don't really need a garage. I think I just take the den. Keep on drafting. And then let's draft the other side before we move on. The reading nook. This is a red room, so I think I will re-roll that. I don't really want... Don't need the reading nook, I don't think. Reading nook into library, it's kind of dicey in this position here. I'm going to re-roll. Planetarium gets me another die. There's also a 3-gem floor plan here. I don't need the gold if it's the vault. The items in the attic also are not incredible unless they give us running shoes. Maybe that's worth the risk. I think it actually is worth the risk. Let's take the risk here. If it's the attic... Oh, it's actually the rotunda. I should have thought about the rotunda given the Southern Cross. Okay. I guess we can just draft from there then. Let's draft from the rotunda. This will connect us maybe more quickly to the break room, but we'll see. Oh, I did not have to rotate that. Oops. Yeah, we'll use a key here. Cloister, just because it's the only... It connects to the spare master bedroom in addition to giving me the additional door. And I'm healthy on gems, so I can afford to spend on the cloister here, I think. But first, we rotate it. Yes, very important to do that. Why didn't it actually rotate, though? Come on. Come on. What the heck's going on here? I kind of wish I didn't have 2 closets in my pool now. If I could take this back, I would. Okay, now, yeah, at some point, we'd like to get some stars from our cloister, but this could get us steps. I just remembered we have a shovel and a whole bunch of dig sites in the cloister, so this could actually work very well for us. Turnips, please. Thank you. Let's go. Now we're talking. Wish I had a silver spoon for those turnips, but I'll still happily take the 6 steps. Cool. 6 add 6. Torlor et. What are we going to do about et? Haha. What are we going to do? It's also Christmas. This is so weird. Merry Christmas. We want to draft a boudoir then, I guess. To find out what presents were left for us. I was hoping we'd get another kennel offered. I don't think there's any animals in the solarium. The closed exhibit does... We do have a key card now. So the closed exhibit might be the pick. But I would love to get some animals connected to our cloister if we could help it. So I kind of want to use my crown and get another gem back. I kind of want to do it. Let's try to get some animals. I don't know what I'm shooting for here. We've tried the dining room before. The dining room does get me steps though. And I do want to... I still have enough objectives spread around the estate that I need the steps from the dining room, I think. Do I get steps from the observatory? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's a 2 gem floor plan here, which could be the office, but it could be a lot of things. I will settle for the dining room. I'll be responsible here. What's our main course? Is this the boiler room? Trophy room. We'll at least take the lunchbox. We could get a trophy room here. Maybe not with the Southern Cross in effect. But it's possible. At the same time, am I really going to wait to get the steps? I think I'd rather just get the steps now. The trophy room is still rare. So let's not be overly... Don't be greedy, man. Don't be greedy. I think I got to reroll here. If I want the door that continues up the west wing, that is. I don't need the patio. I don't need the terrace. It's unfortunate. Like, the green rooms, that was such a fun... Like, ooh, we're doing a green room draft. I remember that being, like, one of the most fun things starting out on the estate. And now... I don't know. They don't seem as important. Because I guess I think it's just because we have so many resources now at this stage of the game, and it's like, I don't need the terrace. I don't need it, man. West Wing Hall is good. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and eventually, hopefully we're connecting around to the break room. I could just go to the break room now. I'll keep drafting from here. It's fine. They're going to keep offering me a... Oh. A freezer. A freezer. Could we call it here and be happy with our draft? I think so, right? What else am I trying to do? What else do I need to do today? That's a lot of coins to carry over. It's mainly the gems that I like carrying over. The coins I don't care quite as much about. I guess the other things that we're trying to do today are drafting blue rooms on rank 8. But we can do that still because we have a break room to go to the rest of the house. The problem is when you have no gems, your draft options are a little bit more limited. That's a really good freezer. But also, do we care? We just get so many resources anyways. It doesn't really matter. I think I might rather get the stars from the observatory, to be honest. Keep building our star count back up. Yeah, I'll do that instead. The freezer just... If I were drafting the freezer on rank 8, that'd be a different story, because then I would really want to find the blue memo that I missed. Ah, double sale, yeah. I forgot we've done that before. More gems, cool. More gems, cool. And some steps. You can get steps from the observatory. How could I forget about the slice? The slice is like, what am I? Am I chopped liver? I'm a slice. Of course I'm not chopped liver. Okay, let's keep drafting. I thought I made this thing rare. No, I didn't. I made it uncommon. Sorry, unusual. I guess I'm re-rolling here? Yeah? Am I? That's my last die. And then I have no more re-rolls. Maybe I'm supposed to settle for an archived floor plan? Huh. I'm gonna redraw though. Go ahead and use the dice when you got them. The music room is another one that I would like to reprise at rank 8. I do classroom. Classroom gets me steps. Maybe I do that. I don't need the keys from the music room. I guess a secret garden key could be useful, but that's... there's only a chance that that's there. Yeah, let's do the classroom instead. This gets us rerolls. If we need them. I'll take my... oh, it's double farmer's apple. Okay, yeah, the classroom was the pick. The classroom was definitely the pick. Dovecote here. We could do better than a dovecote, right? We can do better. We got 5 redraws. Let's do better than a dovecote. A pool. I think I take a pool. Because now I wouldn't mind getting a sauna. Chamber of Mirrors is interesting. Because that does let us maybe draft a whole bunch more hallways. But again, we're not really... our experiment is not that important to me. So getting second copies of great halls and corridors and whatever. When you only have 6 rooms or whatever left to draft, 7, I guess. I'd rather get the doors here and just open things up. The trunks as well are nice. Could get us some dice. Some nice dice from the trunks. Pool is good enough, I think. I don't think I need to spend any more redraws. It is one less blue room that we might be getting on rank 8, but we'll just do this. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we can connect to the break room here. And I don't have to go all the way around. Dice! Awesome. I think I might actually, just to save myself the hassle. I guess it's not that much of a hassle to go around to the break room. Maybe I won't spend dice here if I don't get a room that connects me directly to... because maybe it's more important to get a room that continues to rank 8. That's probably the better way to go. Let's... which side do I start on? With 2 dice, would I rather spend them here or on the west wing side of the pool? I'm not sure. I'll go here. Okay. I guess I'll take the office. It does connect me to the break room, and it lets me look for... I don't think there were file cabinets. I don't think there were file cabinets in the office. I don't think there are file cabinets in the vault either. Like, it's very clear about vault keys versus file cabinet keys. I think I'm going to check in the office. And then it'll be a little bit weird to get around to the rest of the rooms here, but we do have 2 dice still. So let's do the office. And then we will make sure that we get our... Once we get our gem as well. And let's make sure... Let's see if we have any emails. I don't care about spreading gold. I guess I might as well do it. But the real action here is checking whether there are new emails. This is still just the latest one that we got. Yeah, we have read this before. Okay. Pointing us to the staff announcements. Use box repair. I meant to click older is what I wanted to do. Yeah, okay. We know about these. So then this is the same. I don't think there's anything... There's nothing else that I can think of that I want to do here at the terminal in the office. So, log out. Can we open... there's no... Yeah, there's no drawers on... Well, there's a drawer here, but it's not... There's no keyhole to open. To try to open, and I do not see a file cabinet. So the office is not one of those rooms. Maybe I should double check or triple check the archives. Because, man, that was such a curveball not being able to open anything in the archives. All right, so this is inversion, right? And we do it at the end, correct? So we do all this addition first. 20 plus 1 plus 10 is 31. Inverted makes 13. Okay. Now we do it after the multiplication. So we get 4 plus 3 is 7. Times 3 is 21, but then we invert to get 12. Okay. These are pretty straightforward. 9 times 9 is 81. Inverted is 18. Easy baby game. Oh, a secret card and key. There we go. I think we'll be good on steps, guys. I think we'll be okay. Oh, I am right here at the archives. And I have 53 steps. I'm going to triple check. But I don't think I'm going to get anywhere. I think it's... Like, it was so obvious with these first two. And the keys are still there visible, right? But now we can't. And it's a drawer somewhere on the estate. But it seems to not be here in the archives. Wow. Man. We should try. Hopefully we can. Well, maybe I do it now. I was going to say, hopefully we get back to room 46. We should do it now. We're the closest that we're going to be. We're not going to open the other antechamber doors at this point. So this is, let's spend the steps. We've got the steps now. We can go back. We can also go to the workshop and look for the blue memo in the workshop. Maybe even make a contraption. I don't know. But no file cabinets in the conservatory. We can also grab the basement key. If it screws up our moon pendant, so be it. But I'll take this. I don't think this doesn't look like it in any way related to the Arinda sigil or the Arinda core, but I'll take it. But I don't think there's any world where that actually opens the chest in the treasure trove. There also is there's no file cabinets here. Okay. And it doesn't open a desk drawer. The desk drawer that is to be opened is already open. The secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. Okay, well, we're ruling some stuff out. That's all you can do. Rule things out until only what is true is left. Now, where could they be hiding a blue memo in this room? Where could it be? Trying not to overfixate on any one part of the room. Trying to keep an open brain. This is on rank 8, correct? Workshop on rank 8 is a blue room on rank 8. And so there's got to be a blue memo, right? Won't this room behave like all the rest? Or will it be more devious? Because day 47 wasn't as kind to me in this department. I had some issues. Aha! There we go. They are there to be found. You just got to find them. Screenshot. Certain rooms, like mechanical rooms, are more likely to contain security doors. Gee, thanks. Thanks for that. Captain Obvious. Ay, okay. Some of these memos are going to be more useful than others. But at least we found this one. Cool. No crap. You don't say. I guess I don't know that I had specifically figured out that mechanical rooms themselves were more likely to have security doors, but obviously we know that some places, some rooms are more likely than others. Okay, that did cost us a fair few steps, but we're still at 33. Still in some very good shape here. Unfortunately, these rooms are not pointed in the way that I want them to be. So I'm going to use a die here, as opposed to taking a chance on the archive floor plan before I have to. Gosh, dang it. Where are... So this the downside of having the archives. This could be a room that points me where I want to go, but I don't know for sure. So I want to read some more blue memos if I can help it. Oh my god, I'm going to have to take a throne room to do it. Okay. Well, we don't have a freezers, so let's guarantee it. These gems are going to waste otherwise, so there you go. Assuming that there are no file cabinets that I've overlooked here. Now, you know, who knows? There is an Orinda sigil in here. Is there a chance that there's a key to the treasure trove hidden in the throne room? Could be. Could very well be. Just like these blue memos that have been so well hidden, there could be a key stashed behind a pillar that I just haven't looked behind yet. What if that's the case? Now I have to make sure that I'm not overlooking an otherwise obvious key behind a pillar. Somebody in the comments had said, maybe don't be too hasty to dismiss the throne room, or something to that effect. I wonder if that was a useful nudge or not. Because I'm not finding anything other than the obvious in the throne room. Keep going. Garden key, I think I will use here. Although, if I use a secret garden key, that is one less room on rank 8 that we can get a blue memo from. But also, when you have no dice and you have the archives in place, I think I'd rather just guarantee myself 2 doors here. So, let's do it. The archives being the little pain in the butt that it always is. I guess we did open the other antechamber levers, or antechamber doors after all. Which is kind of funny. I said we weren't opening those doors, and then we have the... I probably won't. I'm not even going to go through the trouble, because we've no reason to get to room 46 from this side. So, let's just... let's draft in this direction and see if we can get a blue room over here. Aha! I will take a drafting studio, because that allows me to draft the other room in rank 8. Beautiful. And otherwise these gems are going to waste. Even though they're, as far as I know, unless there's a file cabinet in here that I've forgotten about. But this room has no use to us at this point. the hand icon is here, but then you click it and it's like, error, none, 404, nothing found. I don't think this is the blue memo, because this is always here, right? Now, why is this memo here? Now that I think of it. The Great Hall partitioning plan for Friday, December 25th. Oh, we still haven't gotten a boudoir, I just remembered. Because... is this... Oh, interesting. This is kind of depicting the Great Hall, isn't it? You can actually, I never noticed this before, but this is showing us the Great Hall. And I think this is how it's arranged today. So does this actually change based on, well, the day that you draft it? This is going to look a little different depending on how the Great Hall is set up. If so, that is a fascinating detail. Oh my God, it's right here. Okay. What is this note? The full directory comprises 46 numbered rooms plus 8 categories of 8 rooms. 46 plus 46 inverted. Huh. Screenshot. Had I never noticed that before? I mean, it's 110. 46 plus 64. But I definitely hadn't noticed the fact that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 categories of 8 rooms. Okay. Does that help me in any way as of this moment? Was this info here to just, I don't know, what's the reasoning behind giving the player this note? You're also assuming that they know, well, maybe you're not assuming anything. This is obviously 46 inverted gives you 64. We know that now, but it's possible we could have gotten this much earlier in the game and not had our algebra lessons yet. And we'd have been like, 46 diamond, huh? But maybe we could have figured out, oh, that means inverted. But then why do you need to know the inverted symbol? I guess if you're playing the parlor or the billiard game, the break room game is going to want you to know that information, and the final exam wants you to know that information. Do we need that information for anywhere else in the house? Is there any reason to look in here? What was the date here again? Was it just... It wasn't November 7th, right? I think I might have forgot the date here. Was it just November 7th? No. I don't remember what the date's supposed to be. And maybe it has something to do with the gates. Was it November 8th? Because there's 8 gates, November 8th. I was like 1 off before. That's what it was. November 8th. But then the letter here. I don't think this has anything new for us. This is Mary writing to Herbert. Explain to him, if you can, the intersection between foolishness and doctrine. The thin wire we stood upon, above the world, holding hands and throwing stones. Huh. There's one of the words from the memo in the antechamber in the outer room. Heavy is the stone. Is that what it says? In those days, we were guilty of everything. I'm leaving a message for Simon here in the safe house, this unhallowed cavern that we have called home for the last year. If something should happen to me, please guide him to this place. Try to show him what these lost days were all for. Maybe I'll recheck the note that she left us in the safe house. That'll be in this. Yeah, I actually have a safe house tab. 6 months of living in this air-choked cavern of boredom and dread. 6 months of planning, no regrets. Everyone assumes me dead. Maybe that's all that's left for us. The long walk and steps leading us up to the gallows. And yet as I write this, I never felt so close to the sky and my dreams. The crown of Arinda will finally return to Oris. The crown of Arinda will finally return to Oris. Where is Oris exactly? Do I need to know that? Is it in Araja? Do I need to revisit my geography lessons? So this is where we got the clue about the cracked wall that led us to the castle puzzle. Is that important? The fact that our mother presumably was hinting us toward this? I don't see anything in this note that helps me with, like, the, you know, the deadly is the stone. Yeah, that's what made me think of this. Deadly is the stone. And we go back to the letter here, and she's talking about throwing stones. Holding hands and throwing stones. She does repeat that line. Is it important? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there is so much information in this game. And much of it is story building. World building. But I know one way or the other, I don't know what the heck to do with it. Interesting. So this is an interesting pick here. I want to look at Lost and Found again at some point. I do want to look there again. But I think I'd rather take the 3-gem room here because it's probably going to be a blue room. And I really want to check as many blue rooms on rank 8 as we can. We could reroll here if we wanted. But I think this is pretty much... It's not going to be a cloister, right? What other 3-gem rooms would exist that are not blue rooms? If we've already drafted the cloister, I can't think of any others. I think this is... I want to say it's guaranteed to be either an attic or a vault. And in either case, I'm happy because it's a blue room on rank 8, and that's kind of how we're ending our day. Let's do it. Vault. We'll get the gold here, of course, because why not? But we really want to find the memo. Hopefully in the vault it's not crazy well hidden. Hopefully we're able to scout this out. Can't go behind that door, actually. I would imagine it's stashed somewhere under... There it is. Okay, it's actually very straightforwardly right in front of your face. Wait, what? Hello? What? The family core? What in the heck is the family core? And then what does the rest of the note mean? The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits? It's a note like this that makes me want to just like, because it feels like there's like some other hidden part of the game that I haven't even scratched the surface of. Like there's some other ridiculously buried layer to this game that I haven't even reached. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. And honestly, it makes me feel a little bit overwhelmed. Like, I'm never gonna be done with this game. Like, it's getting, I have to admit, I'm not getting burnt out on this game necessarily, but I'm just at a point where I'm becoming a bit anxious about how far we are from the end. and like, I guess maybe I'm a little bit anxious to get to some sort of end. So maybe that means I am maybe just a little bit. I don't want to say that I'm burnt out on the game, because I don't really feel that way. It's not burnt out. That's not the right word. It's just that it's this uncertainty about where we're going to go and how I'm going to solve, like, what does this even mean? The sum of its digits. Okay, all right. Now, I just said that. I say that, but then I think I took a screenshot of this already, but just in case I didn't. We did earlier today We looked in the spare master bedroom and it happened to have an emblem up here on the wall. Is there a chance that's the family core? It says family core. It's like we're going back to Realm and Rune, right? And we've got the cores of the 8 sigils. But now we've added a family core. But I have no idea how the family core looks unless that's what's in the spare master bedroom as well as the wine cellar. And if that's the case, go to my notes here for the wine cellar. We go to the wine cellar, which is what number room? 18. The sum of its digits. What if we are actually supposed to add up these digits? Now that the question is though, how do you add up Roman numeral digits? How do you do that? I don't think this must not be it, right? Because this is not, M is 1,000. Like, it's not like you're adding together a decimal number, right? Where you might have, you know, 192. You add up the digits there and you get 12. But that has no relation to the original number, 192. If you do that here, you're adding 1,000 to 100 to, no, it's not even that. No, actually, what is MCC? Maybe it is, because Roman numerals work where you've got like, this is like a C before a C. No, it's 2 C's, isn't it? It's like 200. Is that how that works? I might have to review my Roman numerals. 1,200. I had said this before. This was 1213. Am I supposed to take these digits and add them together? 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3? Or am I actually adding the Roman numeral digits? And if so, am I supposed to add 1,000 plus 100 plus 100 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1? But then if I do that, I'm just getting this number, right? I'm just getting the original Roman numeral number. So it doesn't seem like it makes sense to add Roman numerals together. I'm getting off on a tangent here, and I feel like this is way into overcomplicated territory. I'm gonna have to think about this one. God damn it. There are still so many rooms. There are so many blue rooms to draft at rank 8 that could potentially have blue memos in them. Oh my God. When I think of it, it just feels so daunting. That's the first thought that comes to mind. Like, oh my God, this is gonna take forever. Yo! We got a boudoir, are you kidding me? We actually got a boudoir on Christmas. Look at that! The second to last room in the house. And we actually, look at this. Unreal. They gave us 2 keys, 6 gems. Are these numbers important? And 4 dice. Wow. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a boudoir with gems and dice and keys for everyone and a Christmas tree. The photo's still here too, right? Oh, and there's the dice from the... Okay, well, I guess we get some dice to roll for our last room. It actually, look at that. It looks the exact same way as in the photo. Unreal. I think it's I think the presents are actually lined up in exactly the same way. Okay, maybe not. No, I think they are. I think it's the exact same assets that are in the photo. Dude, this is so unexpected to have this. Especially like right now, this time of year that I'm recording this, it's like spring. Christmas is well in the rear view, but yeah, they were thinking of us here at Mount Holly though. All right, well now I'm just Now I'm just in the Christmas mood all of a sudden. Let's sing so. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a storeroom and a archives and nursery. I'm not gonna end the day on these, so this is where we use one of our dice. On the second day of Christmas, my true love. 8 pumps of pumping, 7 nooks of reading. Oh my god. Okay, let's control ourselves here. Reel it in, folks. And we're not settling for any of these. So we want a tomorrow room. If we can get our hands on a freezer, that's the ideal. But otherwise, there's no reason to settle for anything else here at rank 9, next to our boudoir. I don't think there's a... Oh, there could be a clock tower. But honestly, we're probably going to end our day in the break room, aren't we? Now, at the same time, I do have a basement key that I wanted to maybe try out in the throne room. Throne room? The treasure trove is what I meant to say. Either way, we're just going to keep rolling here. Okay, we're not settling for these, so we can actually use our crown one last time. There's a clock tower. What do you know? Cool. All right, sweet. And maybe the clock tower gives us a stopwatch to like save us some steps on the way back. So I'll take that risk. Cool. So we get another clock tower for tomorrow. And that is a full... I definitely wasn't sure we would fill out the house after kind of just making a beeline for room 46. I'm excited because I think we've got a trophy on the way tomorrow. A gem that's going to go to waste. Still don't know what to do about this memo. Although now that I'm looking at this memo again, the Arinda core is here, isn't it? So does this note have anything to do with the true treasure of the Trove? Dark are the days coming forth. I don't see how this is related to... I need to get a key. I need to get a key for the true treasure of the Trove. But I don't know where that key is. And I don't think it's the basement key. Eastward I see a crow. Eastward I see a crow. Tor Lorette. Tor Lorette. This mentions all of the compass directions, doesn't it? Southward I see a swan. Ashen like sands of the shore. Carried by the westerly winds. Rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow. Dark are the days coming forth. We know that there is a rogue moon mentioned on that geography grade 4 classroom chart once again, going back to that. If I bring up my notes here one more time. The rogue moon. Get my magnifying glass up there. The devoted moon and the rogue moon. And the devoted orbit is 24 hours. Rogue like the moon of the north. In eclipses are only seen in the north sky. I wonder if that's just a... I'm thinking now to the in eclipse note. Is that just a way to help you decode the fact that in means north? I'm thinking so many things, and my brain is kind of feeling a little bit scrambled. Also because I have not had a break this entire time. We're over 2 hours into this episode. I've just been on such a roll. I have like felt like I'm in a flow state, kind of. So I haven't felt like taking a break. It maybe... Usually one of the things I'm doing during a break is mulling over a tough decision, or what I think of as a tough decision. But I've just been kind of speed drafting today as much as I can possibly speed draft, so there you go. Merry Christmas. Does not feel like Christmas at all, other than the fact that we got a boudoir with a bunch of presents. A little sad that none of those presents are going in the freezer, but what can you do? There's no secrets, nothing secret about this Christmas tree that I need to observe, is there? Or interact with? Is the hidden key to the treasure trove stashed in the Christmas tree somewhere? Okay, so let's... I think we can probably make it back to... Let's see how we want to do this. 1, 2... No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to get to the entrance hall. So that puts us at 18 steps. So then we go out to the treasure trove, and that's 6 steps to go to the treasure trove and come back to the entrance hall. So we're down to 12. And then we have 1, 2... I'm trying to get to the break room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have enough to get back to the break room if I want to get my comfy key card like I always do. So we have enough steps to do that. Is there anything else we want to do? We would like to coat check. So spend 2 steps to get the coat check. We could still make it to the break room. So I think we can do all the things that we want to do. But we never did figure out where the file cabinet key is used. What the heck? I'm going to have to think through what rooms have file cabinets. Are there any on the estate today that I haven't thought about? There were some in security, but we weren't able to open any of those. There were actually some in the laboratory, but we can't really reach those. So the rooms with terminals, at least those rooms with terminals, did have some. It's a mystery, man. It's a mystery in a game full of crazy mysteries and weird hidden blue notes that send your head spinning. What in the world? All right, let's see if we can finish this up. Let's go through and let's try not to waste any steps here. But oh, there's an apple here. I forgot we did the secret garden, so never mind. We're good on steps, guys, because we're going to get random fruit on the way back. It's just gonna... You're just going to be greeted with... everybody's favorite Christmas treat. Double buffed farmer's apples. And oranges. Oh, the oranges don't get the buff. So oranges are weak sauce compared to today's apples. I never did pick up the gem in the den. Okay. Do we have a chapel apple? Haha. Akinar has been banned from the chat. Actually, in Blueprints, I feel like this is like a badge of honor when you make absurdly bad puns. You're just winning yourself all sorts of Blueprints brownie points, right? All sorts of coins from the office that we also can't use. Simon is about to be overloaded on fruit. But I guess, you know, that's better than overloading on eggnog and whatever other Christmas junk food wonderfulness, I suppose. It's still sad spending Christmas Day by yourself, though. Poor Simon, man. He's a kid. What the heck? He shouldn't be stranded here. This ain't how it's supposed to be. Gosh, should I really get that? I'm up to 42 steps. Where are we going to get this key, guys? Because I know it's not the basement key, right? There's no way in hell the basement key is going to open this. Where do we get the key for this guy? We have so many steps. I'm going to take the opportunity here to return to the Arindian ruins, assuming that I can. I think that door should be permanently open. So we have so many steps. Let's use some of them to go to the ruins, which we've only been to once. And I presume there's nothing else to find there. But at the same time, now we've got things like we need a key to a box that has Arinda written all over it. And we also know there's like the family core is a thing that needs to somehow be dealt with. The family core and summing up the digits. So I don't know. I figured let's just go back here while we're kind of in the vicinity and see if did I miss anything the first time? Is it possible I overlooked something? Is it possible that this is the... Because this is... I'd forgotten that this platform is shaped like the Arindicor. But is there anything about it that I've overlooked? It's on, I guess, a circular platform. It's not purely circular. But I doubt that it has anything to do with us rotating 115 degrees. Tor Lorette. We got Reddington in the distance. Are we ever going to be able to get there? It's not all that far away if we could figure out how to open the gate. The driveway gate. We might be able to run down to Reddington. Something tells me, though, it's just here for looks. But I don't think there's anything else here to find. But let's look in between these pillars just to be sure, like we did with the throne room earlier. Secret hidden key or other. What are these dots here? It's just part of the texturing. Okay. Trying to also be wary about any obvious X marks the spot that I might be overlooking as I hyper-focus for something on the ground and maybe missing something that's up above. I don't know, guys. There's too many things to think about. Too many things to figure out in this game. I don't know what we're going to do about them now. Because we made it to room 46, but we didn't get any... We made it before the sacred hour, but we didn't get anything to happen like we did with the clock tower. So those cuckoo clocks, if there's something to figure out with them, I didn't get it. But we at least made it to room 46 in under an hour, so that's something. But then we drafted the treasure trove in the outer room, and we did get something new. But we still need a key. The game warned us. The game did tell us you're going to need a key. We also managed to make it back to the archives, but this file cabinet key doesn't work there. So all three of our like short-term goals that I had for us today, we kind of made a little bit of progress on a couple of them, but we also mostly struck out. So I guess that's how it goes in Blueprints sometimes. I don't know what to make of it all, guys, but I think that's where we're going to wrap up this installment of Blueprints as we check in our crown. It always is a blast, no matter what, having you all here to hang out with me. And I do thank you for hanging out to the end of the video. But let's make our way to the break room. I can't think of anything else here with the Blessing of the Monk, unless we just wanted to put the treasure trove back in its place. I don't know. I do not know. We still have 3 more days of Blessing of the Monk after this. So if we do manage to have a breakthrough on the key that we need to open the chest and get the true treasure of the trove. But yeah, I guess that means that the only goals that I can think of now to keep us going. Did I get this? Oh, I did get the stuff in the closet there. It was the key card, wasn't it? But as far as goals that we're going to have on following days, I guess we're just trying to get more blue memos. We're trying to get more blue memos and probably remove more crates, because it does feel like there's a lot more crates in that tunnel outside, and we probably just need to keep removing them because maybe it leads somewhere. Maybe there's a secret at the end of that tunnel that we eventually get to that maybe has the key to the true treasure of the trove. I don't know, man. I feel like there are just so many things that are still to do, and I'm scratching my head about pretty much all of them. But I guess continuing to get memos. The thing is, some of these memos feel like, oh, no, duh, we know that information. It ranges from clear and obvious stuff that we've learned a long time ago to, oh my God, family cores and adding digits and in eclipses in the north sky. What? I have no idea what to do with that information. So that's where we're going to wrap this up. We're going to call it a day at our break room because I can't think of any better place at the moment. So I guess, you know, you all have been nudging me as to rooms to revisit. I'm still open for those sorts of nudges. If you feel like, you know, there's a room that I haven't been to in a while that it would be really useful for me to take another look at, it would probably be helpful to have those sorts of nudges. But I am wondering if I need to be a little bit more aggressive in asking for nudges of other varieties. Like, you know, just nudging me in the overall, like, hey, you might want to, I don't know what sort, because I'm just, like I said, I feel like I'm at the point where I'm not sure what to do. That's really what it boils down to. I'm not sure what to do, but I'm also not sure what sort of direction to ask for, if at all. So I think for now, for the next few days at least, we'll keep plugging away with what we're doing here. And if you do come up, if you have what you think is a really helpful nudge, feel free to leave it with appropriate spoiler tags without being too direct on things. But I am feeling like this is the kind of game I'm probably going to need some help on. We'll see how we do when we turn to day 50. Holy crap. We got our garden castle here for day 49. And we did accomplish some things, but we still have some head scratching left to do. So it's the Blueprints experience, summed up in a nutshell. Hopefully day 50 will be, well, it'll have some fun for us no matter what, right? Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.